What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle video. I'm Goki, and today we're going to be talking about Beginner's Guide Part 2, Stones and Rank Ups. How do you get them? How do you acquire them? How do you build on them? How do you use them for those sweet summons? Tactfully, I'm going to make a video on the major points in which you should summon, how many stones you probably should summon or save for them at all, and what are you going to do with them? How should you go about it? And on top of that, I apologize for this coming out so late. Obviously, things happen, but I'm here. We're gonna do part 2, as many have asked, and we're gonna move on with it. So part 2, as I said, we're going to talk about something specific. Let's go ahead and get right into it. We're gonna be talking about stones, rank ups, what you gotta do, what level should you be for specific rank ups, so on and so forth. But before we go ahead and move into this, I want to tell you guys to go ahead, and if you're not subscribed yet and you're looking for information about this game besides just this beginner guide on units, breakdowns, and so forth, consider hitting that red sub button. I'm gonna tell you out flat out, one of the best channels for information. Lamau, the reason why I laugh is just I'm just trying to be full of myself, but it is what it is, you know. Anxiety, depression, all those things just creep up on you. But anyway, yeah, make sure to hit that red sub button. Go ahead and drop a like if you guys wish. Liking helps the videos, it helps it get out. Hopefully, maybe some people want some of this information. Hopefully this this does, you know, it helps people in most ways. So coming off of my previous video, I said to farm Team Bardock and farm Story at the same time. Team Bardock, the reason why you want to do them is because they will establish a good foundation for you, a pure Saiyajin's team, which you can morph, adjust, and fix to your delightment or your delight, and they are just powerful in most cases. So you're probably around here or number 9, which is not bad. It's not terrible. You've been getting all the stones, you're doing all the missions, and so on and so forth. So that's really good of you. But there is a area right here on area 11 where you can go ahead and go to Wayward Champion and go on the hard modes. The hard mode, normally you would fight Hercule on these two, but this right here, you'll fight Muten Roshi or Master Roshi, however you want to say his name. You'll fight Master Roshi, and then on top of that, let me go ahead and change this Gogeta real quick, because I don't think that guy's on last resort. Where is he? There we go. Okay, so on top of that, you want to we are going to go ahead and go fight Master Roshi. He's going to give you tons of experience if you're below rank 83. So if you're below rank 83, you could effectively keep doing the stage till you hit level 120. 120, the reason why that is such a large landmark for players is it lets you run 2 times in the World Tournament without a major drop-off in your stamina, so you can refresh a lot quicker or a lot easier. You have more value on your refreshes versus not having that value for your refreshes is just kind of booty. But moving on to that, we have this fight. It's pretty pushovery, pretty easy. Muten Roshi is, you know, easy claps, easy wraps, you know, get done with him. Pretty simple. But then on top of that, once you get to around the 100s, 110s, maybe you're starting to get bored of this stage. You want to move on. You want to move on with farming. Farming more stones. Well, guess what? You're gonna have to play some of the story. You're gonna keep going through the story because it's gonna be another while till you get to another stage to help you level up. We're gonna talk about the next stage in which it can help you level up right now, and that stage is quite easy, right? You go, and the next stage you get a good bit of level up for is Omen Brutal Brawl. And I believe it's 21-1 on super difficulty. I think you can get some good stuff with this. Not 100% sure. I'm thinking, but I know you can get gems, you can get peel off to spawn sometimes, you can get launch to spawn sometimes. You get some of these little gem nodes right here, which are very handy, especially if you're relatively new to the game. Some of the Baba Shop stuff could, you know, you can use them very well. Android 13 is really good. His event came back. We now have access to it all the time. So that's good. Oh, we just missed it. Shia of Rip. Also, yeah, that will disappoint you quite a bit. But yeah, so you're gonna move on. You're gonna fight Broly, and he's gonna give you a nice chunk of experience as well. So this is another good stage to level up, and I would advise you to start doing this around. You can start doing this one around the 100 mark. This is where you'll start still getting those hefty level ups. And the next one that I'm going to take you guys to is probably the best overall stage for a particular reason, but it doesn't give the most experience. And I'm going to go ahead and go through it in a second once we go ahead and beat up Broly. But yeah, for now, hopefully you guys are following along. And this is helping you guys as you go. You're writing this down, you're jotting it down. If you guys want some annotations, I'll probably put some little graphics here talking about the particular stage as a whole. But yeah, for the most part, hopefully this is helping you guys in any which way. So we're gonna be talking about the next stage now. Nice, we got a link on my Vegeta. I really do have to start grinding this account. This account is a king's account. It's amazing. It's a really good account, and I'm sleeping on it. I haven't even touched it. And my New Year's, my like New Year's banner is still there. So I should farm as much stones as I possibly could, so that I may have the stones to run through all of that, the New Year stuff. Anyway, so the next stage we're gonna go through here is not 27, because 27 is actually the best stage for XP, keep that in mind. But we're gonna go down to 23-8, because 23-8 is amazing. And the reason why I put it there, and it's my #1 spot for grinding, is because Links is a new system in the game. I do have a link level guide down below in the description where you guys can go ahead and take a look as well. And the reason why links are so important is because they increase the efficiency of your units. It makes them very much more powerful, and if built properly, they can just rack shop all day long. So the reason why you get into all the Cybermen fights is because they give you multiple chances to rank up and level your links, which is a top tier thing. When it comes to link leveling, it's one of the grindiest things in the game, and this is the best stage to do it. I have PTSD from running this stage for so much, but you guys shouldn't fret. You won't have to grind it too much. Up to level 5 links is fine, unless you're using big bad bosses. Then that's the only time I'll ever say you need to farm links higher, because big bad bosses triggers at level 10 with no HP restriction, which is very, very, very important to some of the big bad bosses in the game, like Cell, Frieza, and all of them. So what do we like? How does link leveling go? Well, the easiest way is to take someone who can hit really hard, really fast, a mass attacker, and somehow fit people that you'd like to level on this team. So as you can see, we just got like a whole bunch of level 2 links. We're gonna keep it coming. We're gonna keep leveling up those links right there to level 2. And as you keep going and as you keep fighting the Cybermen, you're gonna get, for the sake of demonstration, I'm gonna skip a lot of the Cybermen here. I just wanted to show this stage off as a whole, but you want to go after the Cybermen as much as possible. And if Pilaf is there, that's actually a bonus, because he counts as a fight and he gives you incredible gems, which is a huge thing. It's actually a huge thing that Pilaf is there. You get incredible gems. There's so much benefit from the stage: gems, XP, money, fights for link levels. It's one of the best stage, if not the best stage in the game to grind, period. It's just your levels will come a lot slower. And then we're going to step into the final stage that you guys can use for ranks. Then we're going to go ahead and talk about Dragon Stones. Now, from 1 to 27, the acts, right? Because you have Act 1 to 27, and then you have the stages. I want to say it's roughly 900 stones. Now you guys are going to be like, oh, that's amazing, that's a lot. While it is a large amount, consider this a second. It's a very precious resource. And 2, on average, 600 is the number in which you will receiving 1 copy of a Dokkan Fest, or no, not 1 copy of an LR that you really want. So keep that in mind when farming all the stones here. Keep in mind, if you guys see this video and it's not the 25th or the 27th of January yet, you have time to grind stones. You have time to summon on the New Year's banner. It's available for you guys to do. And it's not that big of a task. It's not that hugely monumental. You just have to farm the story. You have to farm up the entire story. If you've been farming Team Bardock and you're good to go, or you still have a good chunk of stones, and you can use it to summon those free nice LRs, because there's a guaranteed LR on every edge of every step, and it's quite easy to obtain. So, other ways to obtain Dragon Stones. We're going to be talking about that after I show you 27-3. I believe is the final stage, as soon as I'm done giving all these link levels. Give me 1 second. All right, let's get out of here. Let's go ahead and go into 27-3, the ultimate rank up levels. Now, the reason why I exclaimed 23-8, like the XP is not terrible, the Zenny is pretty great. 100k off of just like Turles alone, and then you've got the amount of gems you can obtain, plus Turles as well. So I'm saying too much, jeez. Okay, so 27-3 is pretty wonderful if you're looking for a specific setup and a specific rank up levels. If you're looking for those rank levels, this is the absolute best stage, because it supplies the most amount of experience on ×4, ×2. It doesn't matter what you're doing. This is the best place to go ahead and level. Now, the reason why I am against doing this all the way to 500, which 500 is the mark you need to hit if you want to get all the possible stones. The reason why I'm against doing this at 500 is because most of your time is going to be best spent in 23-8. Now, you're going to get those levels slower, but you're going to get rank up levels for your teams faster. It's going to be easier to be able to body the Goku event, and so on and so forth. I'm giving my friend a chance because my Vegeta is actually rainbowed on this account, so it's actually staying pretty. But for the most part, you want to look towards building your team composition right, and it's gonna lead you to better success in the future. Now, if you're using Team Bardock from point A to point B, I can understand where you don't need it. You don't really need to level up those links as much, because once again, you're gonna be eventually trading in for better units in the future once you get all your stones. But for the most part, it is relatively important to do to level up your links. So rank 1, 23-8, I think is the best stage overall to do if you're farming anything. Then 27-3 for XP, 21-3 for XP, and then last but not least 11-3 for XP. So make sure you're doing all those ones. Actually, no, I think it's 21-1. So make sure you're doing all those for those specific levels, those rank ups, and I will once again, there will be graphics here telling you which level you should start at, which level you should possibly end on before you move on with the next levels. And then here we're gonna go ahead and go over how to obtain these precious gems known as dragon stones. Now, I have already gone through and said roughly 900. You can get roughly 900 from the story alone. So that's the story alone, not to mention the ranks that you'll be getting. You can get roughly another 120 there, so that's easily 1,000 stones. You can pick up stones from the current story events, which you should be doing back and forth between ranking up, so you maintain that stamina advantage. But as you can see, there's a bunch of gems for us to obtain here. I haven't completed some of this stuff with some of these other units, so I have a ton of gems waiting for me in the case right here. I don't think did I finish the hero extermination event? No, I didn't even finish hero extermination event. And then you have a growth challenge. You have a couple stones here once you pick those up. 1 stones, 1-offs. And then we're talking about every single Dokkan event you have stones to pick up for. And on top of that, Boss Rush has a good chunky amount of stones. Hercule here has a good chunky amount of stones. If you can nuke all his stages, you're good to go. Infinite Dragon Ball History has a good amount of chunky stones. You have Fighting Legend Goku that has an amazing amount of stones. So we're gonna go ahead and look real quick. He has a ton of phases. Each of those phases come with stones. They come with tickets that you could obtain, right? You get 2 tickets per, and it goes all the way up to phase 8. And then Fighting Legend Goku under a special condition. All of these are special missions you can obtain. You can get 5 tickets and 5 stones each. So as long as you can take care of these, you are good to go. Stones, and then on top of that, the end games of end games. Easy A's to make your teams better. There's a ton of easy A's for you to do, right? You can clear a lot of these, get a lot of stones yourself, and they're pretty darn easy to acquire. Gifts, login events, you get stones off of that all the time. And then last but not least, your mission tab. Do your mission tab. Your missions have tons of stones for you to obtain. King Kai, this stuff right here, nets you 20 for just hitting 500. You get 5 for hitting 480. Another 5 for 460. Another 5 for 40. You get some of this stuff right here. Some free stickers. You can get some stones for replacing one orb with another. 100 times. You get orbs by just doing. You get dragon stones by doing orb things. You get dragon stones here just by clearing events and doing the current celebration. The game has a litany of dragon stones for you to obtain, and it's up to you to hold them and save them for specific banners you want. So, Goki, what are the best banners to summon on? Well, I'm going to cover that later on. But for one, this is one of the best values. This is one of the best summons, best banners you can summon on, period. And keep that in mind when building and so on and so forth. But I'm going to go through later on exactly what banners you want to summon on. But that's pretty much it. This was a hefty guide. Hopefully this helps with rank ups and dragon stones. This is just a nice way of telling you guys exactly how to get dragon stones, how to earn that income. But the next video, beginner guide part 3, I'm going to teach you how to spend them appropriately so you get the most bang for your buck when it comes to playing this game. I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that like button if you guys want to see more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.